What is up, guys? Tsunami01 here with another episode of FIFA 16 formation review / guide. This one's going to be focusing on the 4-4-2 formation. It's one of the classic formations in FIFA 16, and it has been used since many different types of FIFA. I already have a whole bunch of different formation reviews / guides, so make sure to check those out after this video. But again, guys, the 4-4-2 formation, we're going to be talking about the best instructions, the best players, and the best tactics, pros and cons for this formation. I'm going to start off, of course, with the instructions. For the right back and the left back, you want to tell them to stay back while attacking. You want to have a guy with at least 80 pace and at least 80 defending. The higher the defending, the better. The higher the pace, obviously, the better. It can give or take a little bit. So a little bit higher defending can mean a little bit lower pace, and vice versa. Now, for the center backs, guys, just like in any formation, you want to have guys that are good at pace and good at defense, at least 70 pace and at least 80 defense. The most important thing is defense. The higher you can get it, the better. There's a lot of budget players that are 70 pace and 84 defense that you definitely want to check out and give a try. Of course, they stay back while attacking. Goalkeeper, the main thing you want to do for goalkeeper is just have a good solid guy that'll help you out chemistry wise, reflexes, positioning, basically the most important stats for that position. Then we move on towards the center midfielders. The center midfielders, this formation requires beast center midfielders, and that's one of the biggest cons of this formation. It really does require really good center midfielders, because without them you are in big trouble since you do not have any other types of midfielders. Those are the guys that are responsible for passing, for attacking, as well as defending. So in this formation, you really need to have players that are not only good for the attack, but also good at defense. At least 70 defending and at least 70 passing. Passing and defending are extremely crucial. These guys got to help you out in defense as well as in the attack. They have to be the ones that keep the possession. I usually like to have formations with at least one center attacking mid or 3 center midfielders / CDMs mixed in together, not just 2, because these are the ones that are responsible for passing, for maintaining possession. If you only have 2, you got to make sure that these players are good at passing, but you don't just want to have them be attackers. You want them to also be good at defense, because they need to help out those center backs. The center backs can't do it by themselves. So what you want to have is a guy like Philip Lahm. He's perfect. He's got great defense, above 80 in defense, and then he's got great passing, and he can really help facilitate, help out in the attack as well as defense. But you can't be stingy with this position. You really need good players. You need to spend some coinage for them. Boateng's another good option, but you definitely want to have people. You don't want to have center attacking mids in this position. You don't want to have people that don't know how to do defense unless you're very comfortable with your center backs. But even then, I would not recommend it. I would recommend at least one of them to be really good at defense, more like center defensive mid. If not, both of them be just good all-around players with at least 70 defending and at least 70 passing. And then, of course, we go to a left mid and right mid. I like to tell them to stay forward, stay wide, and get in behind. If you're having problems with the center mids, that you don't trust them enough for the defense, you cannot tell them to stay forward. That way they'll stay back and help out a little bit on defense. But if you feel comfortable with those center midfielders to help you out on defense, then you definitely want to tell them to stay forward, just so it helps with stamina, so you can get really quickly on the attack and go on the counter attack. These guys, you want to have good pace, you want to have good dribble and good shooting. You want to get from the wings and get some nice little passes in. Then, of course, we got the 2 strikers. That's one of the biggest pros of this formation. You got 2 strikers. That means you got a lot of attack. But, of course, if you don't have the right midfielders, you're not going to be able to get the ball to them. So just make sure about that. But, of course, the strikers, one of them, I like them to be the first guy, be strong. Be not pacey. Pacey does not matter at all for this guy. Be a strong guy. Be a good shooter. Be a good facilitator as well. I like a guy like Muller, Lewandowski. Even though I have Lewandowski on the second striker formation position in this formation, I would not want him there. In that position, I want someone that's a little bit faster. A really pacey guy. And I'll tell him to stay central and get in behind. The other guy that's stronger, I'll tell him to stay central and be target man. That way, you can get the ball to the stronger guy outside the penalty area and watch the other striker make make some runs up the pitch, get into those open spaces. Definitely don't want to have two of the same type of guys. You can really switch and match, really take advantage of these two different striker positions. But that's what the key is for this formation, guys. I can't stress it enough. Make sure you have good center midfielders that are good at defense as well as the attack. If you're struggling a little bit on defense, make them more CDM type players. If you're struggling on offense, make them more of a central midfielder player. But I do not recommend picking center attacking mids. It's just way too risky for your defense. But you want to get the ball through the middle, get it to the outside to those wingers, and work with those strikers. Take advantage of having multiple strikers. Try to get the ball to those strikers and have at least one that's really good at passing so he can help facilitate, help out those midfielders in the actual passing portion of this game. Don't just rely on those midfielders. But otherwise, it's a really good formation. The attack could be weak or the defense could be weak. That's, again, the problem. It all relies on your center midfielders. But that's basically it, guys. I hope you guys liked this formation review / guide. If you did, please leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you guys haven't checked out some of my tutorials, click on the top left. If you guys want to see my Road to Glory, Road to Division 1 series, click on the top right. If you want to see all my other formation reviews / guide, click on the bottom left. And of course on the bottom right to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future tutorials or tip videos. Thank you guys so much.